Hello, welcome to the Citrus Garden. If you're new here, my name is Christina. If you're not new here, hi, welcome back. It's great to see you. This is a reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or if you have any other significant Virgo placements in your chart. There may be a message in here for you. So Virgo, I'm getting a lot of downloads for your reading today. First of all, Mercury, which is the planet that rules over Virgo, is going into retrograde on Monday, November 25th. So when I'm filming this, it'll be the upcoming Monday. So we're already in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde. So you may be starting to feel the effects of that, and it's in Sagittarius. So there's this like Sagittarius energy coming through. We're also going into Sagittarius season, so there may be something about that coming through for you. As I've said on my channel like a few times now in many different videos, how I experienced Mercury retrograde is that things from the past will come back around in order for us to gain a higher perspective from it. Especially if they were situations where there was difficulty or pain, and it's like we need to integrate that energy. We need to learn the lessons from the past situations or whatever it is. There's something about that for you, Virgo, that's coming through where it's kind of feeling like a situation from the past may be coming back around in order for you to gain a different perspective from it, or to gain some sort of lesson or understanding or closure from that situation from the past. So you may be experiencing this in a very physical way. Like there may be some sort of like physical experience that you're having. Well, it doesn't have to be just physical. It could be spiritual as well, but it's feeling like something from the past is coming back around in order for you to gain a new perspective on it. It could have to do with something like because Mercury, of course, is the planet that rules over contracts, communication as well. There's also this feeling, Virgo, for you, just to keep this in mind, that whatever this past experience for you feels kind of like there's a bit of a lesson in here for you. So it's coming in with a bit of like Saturn energy. I was watching this very cute video on Instagram this morning where like somebody had filmed their like little pet jumping spider that had just gone through a molt, and they put like a cute like animated voice over it. But anyways, it was like the way that they filmed this video was that like the spider was looking at the shell of its past transformation, right? So it had gone through transformation, it molted, and there was like the shell, the exoskeleton that it had shed, and looking at that version of self from the past and being almost like afraid or sad, or that kind of energy, like a tough kind of it's coming through actually, Virgo, for you as like a grieving process, like grieving a past version of yourself is how it's coming through. So this may last throughout Mercury retrograde. You might be feeling it right now at this moment where it's like you're seeing the past with your new self, like your current self right now, because we're always changing and evolving. But I feel like whatever it is you're experiencing at the moment, it's like a significant shift from one version of self into another version, or a significant shift from one chapter of your life into another chapter of your life. And right now you're seeing the past version of yourself with the eyes of your new self is how it's coming through. And there may be sort of like an understanding, perhaps a bit uncomfortable or sadness, grief, or loss about this past version of you. And it could come through many different ways. It could be that you're seeing past, like from the past, a version of yourself that had shortcomings, is just how it's coming through. Try not to be very judgmental of yourself during this time. It's not meant to be sort of like something where you look back on your past with negative judgment on yourself, but it is coming through with this energy of like hindsight is 2020, right? When you look back on the past, you can see where you went wrong. You can see what you could have done differently. You can see all the things that you didn't know, and feeling like grief about that, maybe, because there's this feeling of like, well, now that I have gone through transformation, I can see all the things that I did wrong in the past. And it's not about judgment, Virgo. It's about learning. It's about learning from one's mistakes and improving. So that's sort of how I'm seeing your energy right now. Remember that you should look back at the past, right? Occasionally, just to get sort of like the pearl or the gem from the past experience, but don't get stuck there. Because there's something about like it's temporary. Whatever this energy is for you, it's going to be temporary. I feel like you'll be moving through it through this retrograde period, which lasts for like 3 weeks-ish. So there's that kind of energy coming through for you. And I want to say as well that I feel like, Virgo, you're trying to have a new beginning on something. I actually feel like you're in the new beginning at the moment. Like I said, with the spider example, where it's like the spider had gone through the transformation already. He was already in his new self, right? His new expanded self. He was there, but looking back at the past version of self, which was smaller, it was less expanded. It was the past, right? So there's something about, Virgo, you are in a new beginning right now. It's like you have a seed at the moment, is how it's coming through. You have a new beginning. You have all this new potential. However, this new beginning in particular feels kind of like it hasn't got its roots yet, is how it's coming through. The seed hasn't yet rooted. It hasn't like sprouted. It hasn't like germinated yet. There's something about, and like it could be something about the environment is not favorable to you, or something like that, where it's like the environment's not like the ideal place for this seed to take root. So the roots haven't grown in yet. So the new beginning isn't rooted in the physical at the moment, and I feel like there's something about you have to get something from the past, is how it's coming through. You have to retrieve the knowledge, the wisdom, the gem, the pearl from the past in order to create this new beginning and like root it, is how it's coming through. It's very interesting. So that's how it's coming through for you, Virgo. So don't stress about this new beginning. I want to say that again. Don't stress about this new beginning. It will happen. Just remain conscious about nostalgia, right? Like looking back at the past and wishing things had been different, or that you could go back and change something. You can't change the past, but you can change or adjust the future, where you're going. And that's the part of the process that you're in right now, is how it's feeling, where you're looking back at the past and gaining the pearl, the wisdom, the lesson that you needed to learn, so that you can move forward with this new beginning, is how it's coming through. The roots might take a bit of time. I'm just gonna phrase it like that. But I'm gonna pull cards. Rotation. Rotation is, this is sort of like the Wheel of Fortune card. But it's coming through with time, right? Like how we experience time. Anyways, I'm going to read it one sec. The wheel, monotony, and cycles. Rotation is the great alchemical operation of the wheel. Through its circularity, it indicates that work performed again and again and again produces results. It reminds us our efforts are cumulative, not singular, nor is the work ever fixed or finished. Rather, the alchemist rises each day to tend to the laboratory, to weave their work into the world. It is the epitome of the alchemical axiom, although changed, I arise the same. This operation is expressed through images of the circle, the spiral, the Ouroboros, and the wheel. By its non-hierarchical shape, we are tossed back into the spin, just when we thought we had figured it all out. Though this stage can be frustrating and cause a fair amount of restlessness, it is at the heart of all spiritual practices. Yeah. To ponder, is there anything that does not repeat? Yeah, you're in this process right now, which feels like you're going through a cycle again. You're repeating a cycle. It's not a bad thing, Virgo. It's part of the spiritual process where I feel like you're going through another cycle in order to make progress with something. You're not going backwards. That's how it's coming through for you. Because there may be something about like you're feeling like something's repeating that you don't want to. It's like, I thought this new beginning was happening, but I'm having to go through this cycle again. And it's like, that's part of the process, to repeat something over and over again in order to make progress. Yeah, you have Ash. Ash at the bottom of the deck. That's so interesting. Okay. Because this is about the past and memories. I'm going to read this one because this card hasn't come out in a while. Okay, yeah. Memory, ancestors, the past. There may be a feeling of being like... The past is... I'm just going to read it. Okay. Ash represents what has come before it. The fire's over now, and its flames took with it all recognizable form of what was burned. Only memories and the soft gray ashen substance remain. When this card appears, look back and sift through what has occurred. You are in the realm of ancestors, past relationships, and those that have passed to another realm. Be gentle with the process as it is delicate and sacred. The Ash card asks us to tend to the true nature of endings, grief, and letting go. You may be asked to be present with others experiencing loss. When in doubt, be like ash. It is silken, light, and easily carried by the wind. Soften into the memories and into the tears. Eventually, forgiveness follows, and the heart travels alight. Yeah. It's you're sifting through the past at the moment, Virgo. There's something from the past that is calling you. And it could be like a past version of self that you're being asked to let go is how it's coming through. But there may be this process where it's like you are working through that process at the moment. So it's like you may be actually experiencing the past in a very physical way, where it's affecting you on a physical level. It's in order for you to like sift through it, give it space, honor the past in a way where it's like you can, it feels very almost like ceremonial, right? Like giving the past a proper ceremony or a proper sending off. And that requires like showing up for it, right? Like honoring it, giving it space and time is how it's coming through. A metaphorical moment of silence is how it's feeling. The dolphin. I love this card. 'Cause even though you're in this grief process, Virgo, it's like there's like joy. There's joy and healing that comes with it. I feel like this is the new beginning, 'cause it's almost like I'm kind of getting this energy of like you may be going back to the past, or experiencing something from the past, but with sort of like the new vision that you have, or the new insight that you have, or the new body self that you are in at the moment, and like sort of seeing like it could be something about like healing through joy and laughter, and like it's one of those situations where I feel like for example at a funeral, right? Like of course sadness is the main energy there, but there are some funerals that can also be sort of filled with joy and a celebration of a person's life. Getting emotional. It may be something like that, like celebrating a past version of yourself, or a past, because the past is what got you here, right? The past is what got you here. The past version of yourself is what got you here. Getting emotional. Okay. Virgo. It's you didn't do anything wrong. I feel like there's this energy of like compassion coming through. You didn't do anything wrong. Okay, Virgo. There's a lot of emotion coming through your reading today. You did not do anything wrong, is what's coming through with this dolphin. Like, this dolphin is coming through with this healing energy for you. I think this card came out in the last Virgo reading as well. I can't quite remember, but I think it did. Where it's like, so this may be you, this may be, this dolphin energy could also represent sort of like a sign for you, like a synchronicity or a confirmation that whatever choice you made in the past is the correct choice, was the correct choice. That maybe there was something that you did in the past that was very difficult for you, but I feel like it was something that it was like you were choosing happiness, you were choosing joy, you were choosing something that your heart desired, but that making that choice was actually quite difficult for you, is how it's coming through. But it's like something about like part of this energy of the past coming back around is trying to show you a confirmation that whatever it is that you did to change your life, or to like be on this path of the dolphin was the right choice. That's how it's coming through, because you can see now how much, I don't know, happier you are, or how much joy is back in your life. Like, it's that kind of energy. This process of going back to the past is very, very, very significant and important for you right now, because it's feeling like there's this celebration through grief is actually how it's coming through loss, through sadness, through pain. Okay, Virgo. You didn't do anything wrong. I'm just going to say that again. You did not do anything wrong. You did the best that you could in whatever situation you were in, and this past energy is coming back around to show you that. You did the best that you could with your circumstances. And now that you know better, it's like you're always going to be learning something, right? That's just part of life. You're always going to be learning something. And this energy is coming through for you to be as like a confirmation that you're on the right path. You're on the right path. You're learning. You're expanding is really what's important. Just be conscious of self-judgment, especially if it's like very negative, or like you're being hard on yourself, Virgo. You did not do anything wrong, is how it's coming through. Have compassion for yourself. Have compassion for the past version of yourself, because you're constantly learning. You did the best that you could, is just how it's feeling to me. And you made all the right choices. Even if right now you may not feel like that is, even though right now you may not feel like that, I feel like by the end of this process, whatever it is, it'll be like this ash of like letting go of the past, letting it, like getting peace and closure from something from the past is how it's coming through. I feel like there's, it's really coming through as closure. And I'm seeing like the root chakra is really important for you. You may be clearing something out of the root chakra, but this energy of like, you need this ending, this closure to happen so that the new beginning can take root. It doesn't feel like it has rooted in yet. So just pay attention to that. Yeah. Interesting. Dragonfly and starfish. Buffalo at the bottom of the deck. So dragonfly and starfish. The starfish card is interesting. Because I feel like there's something... Okay, dragonfly talks about sort of like wisdom, ancient knowledge, the mind as well. Master of light, illusion, and the mind. Dragonfly is an ancient and ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder and awe. The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind, as it is always moving, shifting, shimmering, and changing. When the dragonfly card appears, it's worth considering the quality of your mind and perception. Are they restless or still, dreamlike or crystal clear? The situation at hand may be different than it appears at first glance. The dragonfly reminds us to calm the mind so that the light of wisdom can shine through. When in balance, sees clearly, joyful, and magical. When out of balance, can't concentrate, busy mind. To bring into balance, focus on the breath. Interesting. Because when it's in balance, the dragonfly is joyful, right? Your mind is happy, is how it's coming through. When it's in balance. So there could be something about like a lesson about your mind, Virgo, or because of that Mercury energy, it could be anything to do with I just heard negotiation, like contracts, negotiation, communication, that kind of thing. Virgo as well, to me personally, is like a very it's like a very air, it's like the most air, airy of the airy of the earth signs, right? It's the most light, it's the most delicate of the earth signs, which I love so much. I think that there's something there as well, airy, as being like a nest for the eagles, right? The airy is where the eagle nests. There's something about that. It's talking about wisdom, right? Like, this could also be related to your third eye and the crown, because that the mind energy is coming through. Like, your crown energy feels like it's going through an expansion, or you're gaining the wisdom through your crown chakra, right? Like enlightenment of something, gaining the wisdom, the knowledge of something. The starfish, which is interesting. I'm going to read that one because I feel like that's part of the lesson that you're learning. Starfish energy. Yeah. Beautiful, alluring, superficial, or shallow. The starfish is a natural and exquisite beauty, mesmerizing to all. Being around someone with starfish energy is a thrill, like you've been put under a spell of divinity itself. The problem is, these creatures have been reliant on how they look and what other people think of them for so long that they may have forgotten their deeper callings. When this card appears, it's important to ask, am I being swayed by outward appearances? What dreams have I put aside to please others? When in balance, uplifting, artistic, expressive. When out of balance, gossips and feels empty. To bring into balance, positive friends. Interesting. Okay, so there may be something of the past where you're integrating something about the starfish energy. It is not necessarily a bad thing. I'm really emphasizing this for you, Virgo. There may be something of the past where there may have been sort of out of balance starfish energy, which comes through as being like gossip, superficial, shallow, concerned with looks and how things look, that may have caused sort of like a painful energy for you in some way, where like there's like this like superficial energy that may have impacted sort of a deeper calling, is how it's coming through with the dolphin. So it could be something where you feel like you missed out on something, or that like you made a mistake, quote unquote, or that there was like something about the past where this starfish energy was out of balance for you. And it could be something to do with like the mind, communication. Mercury energy is really coming through with this dragonfly, because Mercury also talks about like a sacred messenger, because dragonflies can also, there's a lot of like synchronicity in your reading as well. I'm getting sort of the staticky energy, because with the dolphin, it's kind of coming through with this like energy of like echolocation, right? Like communication through water, because this is a water sign, which is interesting. And the starfish is also water and air. There may be something about like intuitive communication that's important here. That maybe in the past, the past version of you maybe didn't see or understand the intuitive, the deeper calling, or the deeper meaning, or the deeper message in something, where it's like now you may be seeing that. like now you may be understanding what the deeper, true, joyful, healing message was that in the past maybe you didn't see because you were focused on sort of like the superficial or the surface level kind of energy. That's how it's coming through, because it's kind of feeling like maybe you misunderstood something from the past, and it's like, don't judge yourself on that, Virgo. There's something about like what you went through was a learning process, right? You learned something through perhaps a trial and error kind of energy, or through pain, or through something. Like, I feel like whatever it is that you're integrating at the moment feels like an experience where pain was the teacher. You were learning lessons through pain. And so it may be kind of difficult to go back to that energy. But remember that it's like you may be going through it right now with a new expanded version of yourself, right? So be conscious of that. Whatever's happening, don't take it like personally, is also how it's feeling. Yeah. Interesting. This mountain card. Land, mountain, earth. I always see this as like taking the top off of something. It's feeling very crown chakra for you, Virgo. It feels kind of like you're going through a crown chakra kind of expansion energy. And there's something here about like a triangle, right? This triangle shape at the top. And the circle, which is coming through, is the dolphin. I feel like whatever's happening right now, I'm going to say this again, is in order for this new beginning to take root, right? It's like you need something from the past in order to create the right conditions for this root energy, like the new beginning to take root. I feel like you're digging deeper into some sort of intuitive message from the past, actually, is how it's coming through. Okay, I'm going to read this one. So it says, your path has been fruitful, and you have achieved success and amassed many blessings. But who is this success serving? Your vision, your light, and your gifts were bestowed upon you in order for you to serve others, not just yourself. Take some time to drop in and examine whom you are really serving. And once you figure that out, then ask yourself how you can amplify that service on behalf of others and how many others your gifts can serve. Sure, you can achieve some success and some happiness when you serve yourself. But when you align your path to be in service to the whole world, well, love, that's when your life gets giant. Yeah. Interesting, because this Virgo energy... This is you for sure, Virgo, the dolphin. This card came out in last Virgo reading as well, I remember now. Because it was feeling like this energy of joy. So it's confirming for you, Virgo, that you are in this energy. You are in the new already, but you're taking a look at, through it, re-experiencing the past. And I feel like there's a lesson here to learn for you about like your service to others, your gift to others, what it is that you can give to others is how it's coming through for you. Because I feel like there may have been a situation in the past where maybe there was something where it was like a superficial starfish energy that's out of balance. This is not a bad thing. The starfish energy, I feel like in this deck has a sort of negative connotation of being like superficial or shallow or like gossip or petty, is just how it's coming through. Like, it doesn't have substance. However, when it's in balance, it's very artistic and creative and like very Queen of Wands, attractive, beautiful, charming. those are not bad qualities, but they can be used in a negative way if they are self-serving. That's how it's coming through. So there's maybe something for you, Virgo, of like understanding how past behavior that maybe was self-serving or that kind of thing had a negative consequence. It's like there's a lesson here about learning how your gifts, your creativity, your passion, your Queen of Wands energy may have been used like in a self-serving kind of way instead of sort of the deeper calling, which is this dolphin energy to help people, to heal people, to provide joy and warmth and happiness and laughter to other people, because that is also a Queen of Wands energy for you, Virgo. Like being sort of like the one who brings light and joy and laughter in a way that heals people, right? That's how it's coming through. I feel like you're in that space right now, but there is this sort of, there may be a tough, not a tough, it doesn't have to be tough. A beautiful grieving process of the past version of you that maybe did not know that in the past. Again, you didn't do anything wrong. You were just doing the best that you knew at that time, but now you know better, right? Hindsight is 2020. That's how it's feeling for you. There may also be something where this new version of you, the new version of you doesn't quite believe yet the new version of you. That's how it's feeling. Like the new version of you, the version of you that you are right now, the present day version, the spider that's gone through the transformation already, doesn't quite believe that you are in this energy yet. It doesn't, maybe you don't quite see yourself as the dolphin yet, is how it's coming through. That's the whole point of going through the past, is seeing how you always were this energy, or that you were always moving towards this energy. It's trying to like give you a stronger foundation, Virgo. But I feel like it's happening from the top down, like a crown energy is moving down, right? Like it's kind of like the root chakra needs a little bit of assistance from the crown, is how it's coming through. Interesting. The energy's moving down. It's like, especially with this buffalo, there's a crown chakra energy that's grounding. Okay. This is such a Virgo card because it's the flower, land, flower, moon. There's a moon energy coming through with this feminine energy. I'm going to read this one. Okay. Yeah, this card comes out a lot. A lot of people confuse vulnerability with weakness, which means a lot of people get it really wrong, because nothing could be further from the truth. An open heart doesn't fear pain, and an open heart doesn't need to wear armor to hide or protect itself. Allow yourself to delve deep into your vulnerability and to share it with others. Be with the pain that lives inside of you and allow it to express and to release. Cry and let the tears cleanse your spirit, knowing that the process is renewing your essence and purifying your soul. Allow others into your pain and into your emotions while welcoming theirs into your own heart. Open your heart to your tribe so that they can see the fullness of you. Be gentle with yourself, for this is a tender territory you are choosing to tread. Hold your vulnerability and others' vulnerability with grace and with respect. It takes great courage to share your feelings with others. Virgo. It's really this dolphin flower energy is you. Absolutely. You may not feel like that at the moment. You may not be feeling like that at the moment because maybe the past is confronting you, is actually how it's coming through. Like you're being confronted with the past is how it feels. in a way that may be uncomfortable, right? It's this feeling of like you're sifting through the ashes of the past in order to gain something, right? Gain some sort of wisdom or understanding or confirmation that you are now the dolphin. Okay, fire, tribal fire, earth. For those who have eyes to see and ears to hear the messages Gaia is sharing with the awakening ones, the time for stewardship is now. The earth gives to her children without asking anything in return. The tribal fires are now asking you to nurture our planet just as she nourishes you, to give selflessly to the mother just as she gives selflessly to you and to all her children. Gather your friends and your tribe and nature and give back. Nourish the earth's soil with compost and minerals. Plant seeds, pull weeds, feed the birds, thank the trees. Offer blessings and gratitude and love and appreciation. Our Mother Earth loves us so dearly. The more we replenish the earth, the more we replenish ourselves. Yeah. This is a card about like serving others, serving the earth. I feel this is the deeper calling energy, Virgo, for you, where it's like you're being called to something. Actually, it's feeling like your healing energy is being activated. Like you're this healing dolphin energy, a blessing to be around is actually how it's coming through. You're a blessing to be around. I feel like there is something about like you're being asked to like be this version of you. And in the process of that, you're letting go of a past version of you, which maybe did not have that sort of like deeper calling or didn't have access maybe to the dolphin energy before, is how it's coming through. Maybe you didn't have access to the dolphin energy before, but now that you do, it's like you can't ignore it, right? You can't ignore that this is a part of you. You can't, impossible to ignore, Virgo. Whatever this path is for you, it's impossible to ignore. It's a calling. But you need to go back to the past for time to integrate the past knowledge where maybe you weren't seeing that about yourself. Yeah. Fire, wildfire, earth. I'm not going to read this card because it comes out a lot, but it's talking about your gifts, right? Like your gifts that I feel like in the past you did not see this version of yourself. You didn't see something about your gift, like you didn't appreciate it. There was almost kind of like I'm not a big fan of the word shallow or superficial because it's not quite that. It's almost like you weren't digging deep enough into your own self or your own gifts. You weren't digging deep enough is how it's coming through. In the past, you almost like overlooked something about yourself. That's how it's feeling, yeah. You overlooked something about your gifts in the past, where it's like maybe you missed opportunities because you didn't realize how powerful you are, or you didn't see how beautiful you are, or you didn't see something about like your wisdom, your beauty, your dolphin energy. You didn't see this part of yourself, and so maybe you missed out on things, or maybe you made mistakes, or maybe you did things in the past that like who you are now would never do, because it's like, do not overlook your gifts, Virgo. There's something about like, okay, the dolphin energy has like one line in it when, hold on one second, I want to find it. Yeah, underestimates your own power. It's easy for dolphin types to underestimate the impact they make in the world. These creatures play such an important role in the wheel of karma that coming in contact with a dolphin type will change the entire course of your day and thus your life. Virgo, there was something about the past energy where you were overlooking your own power, your own gifts. You weren't digging deep enough is how it's coming through. And there's this energy here of like, you're re-experiencing the past in some way so that you can like dig deeper into an opportunity perhaps that maybe in the past you let go or you let pass you by because you didn't understand the true power of your gift is how it's feeling. You didn't understand your true power. You thought that you were a starfish when you're really this dolphin. And so it's kind of like there may have been an opportunity, there may have been some sort of thing that you missed out on because you weren't digging deep enough. So it may be that there's something from the past coming back around. It's not necessarily going to be the same circumstances, right? It could be just like a new thing, but that has sort of like, it reminds you of the past, that kind of energy. But it's for you to understand the true depth of your power. That's how it's coming through. I feel like it's helping you to manifest something as well. It feels like there are a couple, you have earth and fire represented in the cards. I feel like this is going to be a very physical experience for you. Like you're going to be living it or experiencing it in the physical, where it's like the universe, your guides, the circumstances are trying to show you some aspect of the depth of your true power is how it's coming through. Okay, this is the last card I'm going to read. Fire, Candle, Moon. This card also comes out a lot. You have lots of fire and earth in your reading. Okay. Some people are operating under the ass-backwards impression that a light grows dimmer when other lights are around. Can you imagine? That's just straight up lack mentality, and I can assure you that this could not be further from the truth. The brighter you shine, the brighter we all shine. Still, the brilliance of one's light can only be truly known by the one who bears it and brings it forth. Are you honoring your light? Do you recognize the magnificence of your spirit? Or are you hiding in the shadows, pretending you're not meant to shine? Bring forth your light. It allows us all to shine brighter. Okay, Virgo, this summarizes the entire reading. In the past, you did not see the depth, the brightness of your gift and your light. You didn't dig deep enough, is how it's coming through. Maybe you overlooked something about yourself that you are now going back to the past to reclaim. There's something about your light, about like the true brilliance of your gift, Virgo, to bring joy, to heal people, to be a blessing to other people, like that kind of energy. That's what you're gaining. And whatever it is that whenever this cycle of your life, like whenever that closes out, when you finally get closure about this part of you, that's when the new beginning takes root. Okay. I'm going to leave it there, Virgo. It's such a beautiful message. Like take time with this. Honor the past. If this reading resonated with you, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.